Now we're on to the exciting stuff, submitting an offer on a home that you love. So you're going to do a lot of this with your real estate agent. They're going to go over the contract with you, how much the initial deposit is going to be, what the contingency periods are, and we're going to cover that in a video coming up here. Submitting an offer, this is the whole reason why we did everything up front and why we're staying ahead of everything, because it's going to start to pick up a little bit here, but you're going to be locked and loaded knowing you're going to make the right decisions. So your agent's going to submit the offer. They're going to CC me on that. I'm going to call the listing agent right away, sing your praises, let them know how great you guys are and that we are going to close the loan and in a timely manner, because they want to know, hey, are you fully pre-approved? And you'll see in our pre-approval package, most people, when they get approved, they get a piece of paper. What we give you is a full package. It shows your automated DU approval, the pre-approval letter, which honestly isn't worth toilet paper if you can't prove what's behind it. We're going to show your proof of funds and a snapshot of your FICO score. So when that offer goes in, a lot of agents call us up and say, holy smokes, like we got no questions. We've never seen something like this. But that's why that extra step is so important, to put your best foot forward. So let's say I speak with the listing agent. You know, if they need me to cross-qualify with their preferred lender, which happens all the time in California, that's another reason why we do a full pre-approval, because if I'm cross-qualifying for my agents that are selling a home, I'm not even involved in it, but they say, hey Ryan, here's the two top offers we got, we're thinking about going with. Can you make sure that they're legit? So when that agent says, hey, reach out to Glenn or whoever their lender is that they need to cross-qualify, boom, I'm done in 2 minutes. Hey Glenn, I just sent you an email with everything, most recent pay stubs, most recent bank statements, proof of funds, DU. Obviously we omit all personal info, but they're going to get it in a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. When I cross-qualify, if I don't get a response from the lender, and it's amazing, like I don't know how some people operate, but you know, they're like, hey, I got to call the client. I don't have updated pay stubs. These are like 3 months old. That's a red flag to me and the agent selling the home. And then if they don't have it updated, that's another red flag. If they can't get it into us quickly in a timely manner and not communicating, that's another red flag. So all this stuff takes place when you submit an offer that you as the client will never really see, because we have you locked and loaded up front. You're going to put your best foot forward. You know you're hitting all your needs and goals with this property, and we're on the backside making sure the magic happens and everybody's happy with how quick we can turn everything around. You know, that's the lending aspect of it, right? The financial, when you submit your offer. But as far as the fun stuff, when you go look at homes, I'm going to be honest with you, like you're my brother and my sister. One, be ready to place an offer. Again, like I told you in a previous video, it doesn't matter if you get your first offer accepted. I've seen people get FOMO, back out, and now we're 3 months later and they can't get their offer accepted. So be ready to go. Think about what you want to offer on that property too. How much you want to have for the initial deposit, whether that's $3,000 or 1% of the sales price. You're going to have to put your initial deposit in within the first 3 days. Think about the terms. Do you need 30 days? Do you want to do a 45-day escrow? So from day one to closing, is it going to be 30 or 45 days? Also, if the seller has to find a new home on the sale of this property, are you willing to give them an extra 15 to 30 days to stay in there after you close so they can get out to the next home? So there's certain situations where you're going to have to stay a little flexible with the sellers on what they need so you can be accommodating to them, because I've seen our offer get accepted because our buyers were accommodating to the sellers even though their offer wasn't the highest offer. They needed accommodation. So that's something to think about as well. Another thing to consider is what's staying, what's going. You can write into the contract sometimes, you know, are the appliance staying? Is a washer and dryer staying? Or are they going to go with the seller? You got your own, you want to bring them in. You'll go through that with your real estate agent on what items you want to keep and what items need to go. And last but not least, I'm sure you've heard it, the buyer's agent commission. You know, honestly, it's a bunch of blown up BS. I mean, everything has changed with real estate contracts, but nothing has changed with real estate contracts. The seller has always paid for the buyer's agent's commission. Now, the only difference is is your buyer agent has to negotiate that a specific amount with the seller, which that's what they did before, but now you have to sign off on it. So you'll have a buyer's agreement with your agent, and they're going to go through that a little bit further in depth with you. But honestly, nothing weird has changed, and that whole lawsuit was blown out of proportion, if you want my God's honest truth. So be ready, consider some of these of what I brought up so you can have that ready to go when you are placing your offer. And honestly, just be a little bit of flexible because you're dealing with people and their emotions as well. Same thing with your side, you know, so we want to make sure everybody comes together in the middle.